Yo, what's up guys? Victor Kamunga here with another Everything Technology video. And starting a professional podcast can be quite expensive. So today I'm teaming up with Buzzsprout to show you how you can start your own podcast on a budget. In this video, I'll break down all the affordable equipment you need and software to start your podcast this year. So let's get right into this video. If you're looking to build an online audience and videos are not your forte, then you definitely need to consider starting a podcast. It's a lot cheaper and easier for most people than something like a YouTube channel. One podcast can be distributed on multiple platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and can be consumed by your audience literally everywhere, whether it be in the car, at the gym, or even a plane ride. Podcasts are extremely versatile, unlike YouTube videos where you're tied down to a screen. The most important part of any podcast is hands down the audio quality. Nobody wants to listen to a podcast that sounds like this. I know for me, bad audio quality can honestly make it or break it. Looking for a great affordable microphone can be pretty overwhelming. There's a ton of options ranging from a few dollars to a few hundreds. I definitely don't suggest spending thousands of dollars on a microphone. This is something that can be upgraded in the future as the podcast grows. Dynamic mics are the most ideal for podcasting. They're a lot less sensitive and perform very well in noisy environments. This is why you'll typically see them used in live stages and podcasts. Now, there's a ton of options in different price ranges, so I found one that's pretty affordable for most people. The one that I recommend is a Samson Q2U dynamic microphone. I've seen this microphone anywhere from $60 to $70. Right now, as of this recording, it's about $70 on Amazon. This is a great option for anybody kicking off their new podcast this year. In the box, it comes with everything you need. Included is a stand with a mic clip, USB and XLR cable, windscreen, and even a pouch for traveling. What's great about this mic is the fact that it's plug and play. You can plug this into your computer through USB and boom, you're ready to start recording. I also like the fact that you have the option to plug it in through XLR if you wanted to use an external recorder. A nice addition is the headphone jack port that you can use to monitor audio as you're recording. Quality audio matters when it comes to a podcast, so it's very important being able to lively hear yourself as you're recording. Instead of doing a traditional audio test, in the description I linked my very first podcast where I talk tech with a few other creators. This will give you a better understanding of exactly what to expect from the Samson Q2U microphone when it's fully up on all the platforms you want to list your podcast on. There's other accessories that complement this mic that I would suggest, like a microphone stand that mounts to your desk or even a pop filter. But since this is our very first podcast, it's not necessary. You'll be just fine with all the accessories included with the Samson Q2U. By the way, everything we talked about so far will be linked down in the description. Now that we have all the equipment we need, it's time to begin recording. The software that I suggest and I've been using for well over 4 years now, it's been very reliable and it's completely free. It's called Audacity and it's available for both Windows and Mac. It'll be linked down in the description to make it a little bit easier on you. Now that you have Audacity installed, make sure your microphone is plugged in. As I mentioned earlier, it's literally as simple as plugging it in and opening up the software. Now, if you are on Windows, you may have to install drivers, but if you're on Mac, you just plug it in. So once Audacity is installed, go ahead and open it up, select your microphone up here. Then you can select whether you want to record in stereo or mono. Then you can go ahead and select your output. Click the little record button and boom, we are now recording. And as you can see here, you can see my vocals right up here as I'm talking. And yeah, that's literally it, guys. But I do want to show you guys how to quickly edit some audio just to make it sound a little bit better. So something that I like to do with Audacity, and I completely love this effect, I use it for almost like every voiceover you've seen in most of my videos, it's called the compressor effect. If you completely select your audio, go to the effects tab, click compressor, hit OK, boom. As you can see, your vocals look a lot more full, and if you hear it, it's gonna sound a lot more full than what you just recorded. Now, if you have any background noise, something that I do recommend is before you start talking when you begin recording, wait about a second. That way you can select that portion where you're not talking. Then you can head over to the effect tab, click on noise reduction, click get noise profile, and basically what that's doing is it's getting that profile of that background noise you have, But since this is a dynamic mic, you probably unlikely don't have any background noise unless like you're in a really loud environment. But if you do, this is a great way to remove it. Hit OK, select your entire audio, then go back to the effects tab and click repeat noise reduction, and boom, you no longer have any background noise in your audio. Now that your podcast is recorded, you'll need a host to distribute your content to platforms like Apple or even Google Podcast. My favorite one is Buzzsprout. Yes, like I mentioned earlier, they did sponsor this video, but to be completely transparent with you guys, this one is by far my favorite one just because it's so easy to use and it's free for 90 days, so why would I complain? When you first create an account, head over to the podcast settings tab and you can add a title, description, and artwork. They even have a tutorial video if you need help making your very first artwork. Now it's time to upload. Go over to the episode tab, click upload a new episode, and as it's quickly uploading, you can add your title and description. When your podcast is up, you have the option to leave it unpublished, schedule it to go live at a particular day, or publish it immediately. And now you're probably wondering, how do you get your podcast on all those big platforms? Well, it's pretty simple. Head over to the directories tab, click get listed on the platforms you'd like. For this video, I'll list mine on Apple Podcast. You'll then be directed to sign into your Apple ID, accept some terms and services, and boom, your title, description, and everything else will transfer. From there, just click submit on the top right corner, and now we just have to wait for Apple to review and approve our podcast. In the meantime, head over back to Buzzsprout and click I've submitted to Apple Podcast. This allows Buzzsprout to periodically check if your podcast is live. And when it is, they'll put your custom URL here, which you can use to share. And we're done. Congratulations. Your very first podcast is now live. It's literally that simple. You don't need any fancy equipment or software. You just need a pretty good microphone, great software to record into, and an amazing host to distribute your content to different platforms. That's it for this video. Hope it helped you out. If you have any feedback or questions, leave it down in the comment section. Also, if you just started your very first podcast or you have an existing podcast, leave it down in the comment section. I would love to go check it out. But other than that, this has been Victor Kamanga with another Everything Technology video. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing all of you in the next video. Bye.